Welcome back to In La Cocina, in the kitchen. I'm your host, Mike Gonzalez. We are back in North Idaho in the cookwithus.com kitchen. We got a great recipe for you today. I know you're going to love it. It's chilies and walnut sauce. Chilies en nogada. Nogada is walnut in Spanish. That's my one Spanish lesson for the day. And this is a stuffed poblano that you see right here, and it is filled with savory, fruity meat filling. Man, this is so good. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. And we've got this creamy walnut sauce that just kind of flows right over the top. And then it's topped with this citrusy pomegranate seed. So not only is it tasty, it is healthy, and you're going to impress your friends with this one. Let's take a look at what's in the ingredients. I think the cool thing about this particular recipe, designed in 1821 to commemorate the Mexican flag, and when you look at the colors of, we're talking the pomegranates here, check this out, apples, pears, we've got our poblano chilies, raisins, almonds, a little bit of cinnamon in this, onions, ancho chilies, which are essentially just dried poblanos. So you got a lot going on in here. We've got our ground pork, our ground roast beef, a little bit of thyme. So there's so many good flavors, and when you mix them all up and you cook them, oh man, you're gonna be like, oh, this is absolutely amazing. So let's get started. All right, I've got my ground pork, my ground beef. We're cooking her up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to throw our onions along with our garlic into our pan. And this is going to really bring out the flavor, enhance that flavor a little bit. I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes before you put anything else in. And then we've got our garlic cloves over here that I'm grinding up in my molcajete. I love the molcajete. This is really the traditional way that they grind things up in Mexico. And it's just fun for the kids. This is something you can kind of do if the kids are bored. You tell them, you know what? Grind me up some cloves. And you can get one of these things. Check this out. Or La Michoacan, which is on Sprague and University in the Valley. You can also get them over at De Leon's, and you can get them online as well, depending on if you don't want to go out shopping. But these are just really a traditional way, so we're going to throw a pinch of that in there as well. We're going to throw some salt in here, salt it to taste. Get yourself a big pinch of salt. Let's get some of our cloves up in here. I got some big fat fingers, so I can work that thing right. All right, let's get the rest of these ingredients in. We've got our chopped almonds, the ancho chili powder that we told you about, and you want to impress your friends, you can say, you know what an ancho chili is? It's just a poblano that's dried and all chopped up. And they'll be like, ooh, where'd you learn that? You can say right here on In La Cocina. Here's a cinnamon stick that we throw in. This, what you do, you just kind of leave it there. It doesn't really melt. It just sort of infuses the flavor. So that's something about that you'll taste it at the end. You'll go, oh man, yeah, that's what that is. I got our raisins, which you can kind of spread all around. That'll give it some texture. Our thyme. And then we get to our fruits, which this is 2 apples that we've chopped up, as well as a half a pear. And then we've got our apple cider vinegar. This is about a 1/4 cup. And you can see how all these flavors really infuse together and kind of bring a savory, fruity taste that's going to be so good, especially when we add that cream. So let's go to our next step. Our meat is cooking, and I got to tell you, this is the hardest part for me, because this is when guys get in trouble, when you're like, huh? And your girlfriend catches you, or your wife catches you, stay out of the meat! That's how I am. All right, I digress. All right, let's get to our whipping cream here. We've got our crema mexicana, and if you can't find this in the store, in the inland northwest, you can find it at La Michoacana, De Leon's again. Those are kind of our go-to stores here. But you can also use whipping cream, put a little bit of sour cream, and it kind of gives it the same texture and flavor. But you can see how light and whipped this is. You just kind of whip it around. And once you get it kind of light, fluffy, and creamy, you're ready to deal with what we're going to put in our Cuisinart. Our walnuts, a little bit of salt, we've got a little bit of brandy here, and then we've got our cinnamon, which again, we're going to fold into this cream. So let's head over to the Cuisinart with these ingredients and mix her up. Cuisinart has done a great job, and what we're going to use is the folding technique. And basically, what this is, you ain't slapping it in there, guys. I know how y'all work out there, because I used to do it too. You just go, just kind of nice and gently, you fold it around. This is so things aren't smacking around, and nice and gently. We are coming down the home stretch. We're seeing la luz at the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel. We're stuffing the poblanos, and I love stuff. This is probably my favorite part. Give yourself a healthy scoop right here. And what we've done, and you've seen this technique on the show before. We basically just cut the poblanos in half. We take out the chilies. And remember, this recipe is all about the Mexican flag. Remember the colors, and we're going to cover this all up. And then here is where you're really going to get your cover. So you got the green, your white, your red, your pomegranates. And you can smother that in your sauce and your pomegranates. All right, there we go. Let's get a tight shot of this. I mean, this is all the colors of the Mexican flag. Remember, we told you about the history of this a little bit. 1821, this commemorated the red, the white, the green, all in the Banda Mexicano. And it's time to eat, my favorite part. And I have to tell you what, this has been one of my favorite recipes that we've created here at Cook With Us. It's kind of like the perfect combination of fruitiness, creaminess, meatiness. So I think it's everything that you want. There's nothing missing, and there's kind of something for everybody. So with that being said, time to eat. Oh man, I love it. It's even got the texture that I love with the walnuts and the almonds. So good. You want this recipe? Go to our website, HispanicFoodNetwork.com, or you can go to cookwithus.com. Absolutely awesome. Enjoy it. Adios, everybody.